Look who I have. Look, look who I have right here. Oh, I gave her a bath. Okay. I gave her a bath yesterday, and she smells so good. She's so fluffy. You want to say hi? I bribed her. I got her some treats. That's how I got her up here. That's why she let me pick her up. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay. Look at this angel. Look at this little angel. I'm putting her down and I'm gonna give her her treats. There you go. I wanted to make a video, I wanted to talk more about the video that I last uploaded about the date that I had that went well. A man that I met from the dating site, we had decided to meet for dinner in a public place, actually not far from my house. And so anyway, as I said, it was a good date, and that he was much younger than I was. And so I got a lot of different responses regarding that. And so I kind of want to expand on where my head is at when it comes to going out with someone that much younger than I am. First of all, it was a date. And yes, he was younger, but I was attracted to his picture. I was attracted to his profile. He actually drove in a distance. He drove in from, quite a distance, and he was willing to do that. And so anyway, yes, I went out with him and I enjoyed myself. Now, does that mean that we're going to be married? No. Does that mean this is some serious situation? Heavens no, it was a date. And I think because I had that one date from hell, that I was thankful and excited that I had a good evening and met a nice guy. Now, the next day we did text on and off during the day, and he texted me this morning, but he texted me early this morning. I have not heard from him since. Now, he did ask me to go out on Saturday, but I kind of thought I would have heard from him tonight, and I have not. So I would not be surprised if I don't hear from him and we don't go out. And that's okay too, because when you're on a dating site, you do have to, I've got this light right in my eye. It's going to drive me crazy. When you're on a dating site, you have to accept the rejections. And so even though we had a nice time, if he decides that he doesn't want to go out with me again, that's up to him. And so be it. So, but regarding dating men now I would not go out with anybody younger than that, because that's pretty young. But, okay, this is what I'm thinking, that there's kind of like two sides. Part of me says this, part of me says that. Some of you ladies said, why would a 50-year-old want to go out with a 70-year-old woman? Think about it, Cindy. And so this is what I know, or this is what I sense. I sense that, because I have gone out with other men that have been 50. And Shelby's over here and she's going to drive me crazy because she keeps wanting more and more treats. She's going to start crying and she's going to start begging. That's all you get. She's so cute, I can hardly stand him. So some men are 50-year-olds, but they are a little bit of an older soul, and they truly don't mind if the woman is older. I think that even if they're 50, if they have a steady and secure job, even if they're 50, usually their children are pretty much grown, or certainly out of the house, mostly married. Usually they're a grandfather. And, or if they're 50, they are they're usually a homeowner. They're mature. And so, yes, I think, when they see me, they might think, oh, here's a retired teacher. She has a good retirement. I can ride on her coattails, so to speak. But they really can't, because I wouldn't respect a man that felt that way. And I wouldn't, maybe I would go out with someone like that, but I would figure that out. I would think to myself, okay, here's this guy. We've gone out on a couple dates. He is, he doesn't have a steady job. He's doesn't own a home. His kids are still living with him, but whatever. I would know the signs of the type of man that would not be a responsible 50-year-old or 50-something-year-old. And I wouldn't want to go out with them once I figured that out. So, ixnay to that. Now, the good part about meeting someone in their 50s is that they are, I think a man in their 50s is pretty much at the prime of their life. They're pretty much at the peak of their manhood. And they are established. They are, their home is pretty much paid for, or almost. Their kids are out of college. Shelby, Mommy says no, and don't be beggar. Don't be a beggar. Oh, you should see the look she's giving me. And I think what someone my age has to offer, I do have independence. I do own my own home. I am fiscally sound. My child is grown and independent. So it's as if, it's other than being older, it's like dating, somebody younger. I'm not even making sense. But I think, yes, a 50-year-old could be dating a 25-year-old, let's face it. But a 70-year-old could be dating a 35-year-old, let's face it. So I think you have to take each case, it's like you have to look at each case individually. And, who knows? I'll probably never hear from this guy again. And if I do, I do. It doesn't mean it's anything more than a date. So anyway, this is why I want to go on Patreon. Some of you, I think it left a bad taste in your mouth that I mentioned going on Patreon so that I could share my dating stories. If I went on Patreon, I don't have to let every Tom, Dick, and Harry into my Patreon page. I could not accept viewers. So like if people that I didn't want to listen to my stories, I would not accept them into my page. It's more of a privacy issue. Yes, Patreon can go everywhere, but it really can't. It can only be shown to people who I allow into my Patreon page. So at least that's what I think. That's what I know of it. Maybe not. If I do that, I would only do that. I would only start Patreon and share my stories if it could be private and it could be between me and my girlfriends that really want to hear what it's like to date. Because the other side of dating at 70, it's one thing to say I had a date, we went here, we laughed, he seemed to be a nice guy. But what I really want to talk about, I want to talk about the feelings behind dating. I want to talk about the wonderful romantic moments of dating. I want to share my feelings about the, about the romance, about the getting to know one another on a deeper level. I want to talk about the excitement behind meeting a man. I want to talk about not just where we went, but, did we dance, and was he a good dancer? And, did we hold hands? Did he kiss me goodnight? I want to share all of those things along the way, but I don't feel comfortable sharing that. To me, YouTube is the world. So, where Patreon would be more private and it would be more of an intimate setting. Yes, of course, I would earn some money on Patreon, and of course, that's all well and good also. But the whole idea behind sharing my dating experience at my age is to share the nitty gritty, the feelings that I would be having, the embarrassing moments, the more candid moments, did he open the car door for me moments? Did I hop out of the car too fast and not give him a chance to open the car door for me? I think you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't necessarily matter what age the man is that I'm dating. It's about the dating experience after not having been with another man for so many years. So that's where my head is at when it comes to sharing my dating stories. All right. Let's see. Some of you said that you watched Principal Jerry and that you loved him, and I'm thrilled because he is a hoot and he is a huge YouTube star, but he caters to teachers and educators. So, if you're not a teacher or in education, and if you saw Principal Jerry, you would think, oh, what do I want to hear what a principal has to say? But once you watch him, then you get it. Okay, let's see. What else? I did want to... Oh, okay, another thing. Well, tomorrow is my birthday, and I will be 71. You know what? I think that I'm more comfortable because I think turning 70 was the biggie. And today I had a little birthday party. There were 4 of us all together. They took me out to lunch, and we get together every year for one another's birthdays. And then I'm also going next week. I'm going with my sisters to Glen Ivy for a day of a spa day, and my daughter. And so we did that last year, and it was a phenomenal day. And so we're going to do it again this year. I want that to be my birthday tradition from now on because it's just so wonderful. That at the end of the day, I'll spend the night with my sister, and my daughter we'll spend the night at my sister's. We'll see my mom. So it'll be a really fun couple of days. I'm excited about that. And did I tell you I did have the window washer over? 2 guys. They got it done lickety split, so that was good. And then something really creepy happened the other day when I had my date from... Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you, before I tell you this, I'm going to go back to another date that I had. Shelby gets into big trouble because I have a TV tray, a nice tray on my ottoman. And then I put my drink on that, and if I'm eating on the couch watching TV, my plate goes on the tray. She knows I'm talking about her, by the way. I know, you're listening. And then when I'm done eating, I just I lean over and I put my dish on my little TV tray on my ottoman. I've got to show you. Don't look at my messy house. Look at her. She's getting crumbs. I don't even know what she's getting. What are you getting? There's not even anything to eat over there. My goodness. I know. Look at her face. So then when I'm done with my plate, I just lean over and I put it on the tray. Well, then she comes along. She smells that there might be some crumbs on there, and she does just what you saw. She eats it. Now, normally if it's like real food, I'll take my plate. I've made her do this. I admit it. I'll take my plate and I'll put it down on the floor for her to eat the rest of the crust of the bread or whatever. But the other day and I'm looking over here, I had a big brownie came with my sandwich. So I had taken a couple bites of the brownie, put the brownie back on the tray. I thought, well, I'll finish that later. Well, she can't, I'm going to show you. She's staring right at me. She knows I'm talking about her. And so she can't have chocolate. No, you can't have chocolate. So I told, I said, I was laying on the couch. I didn't want to get up and put the tray away. So I shooed her away. Oh, she got so mad at me. In fact, I had to do the takedown. I had to do the Cesar Millan takedown on her because she tried to bite me. She went like that. So I knew the more I pulled her off, she was going to come at me, and she did. She looks all sweet and innocent, but she's not. See, I've got this scratchy thing going right here now. So, okay, so that's what she was doing just now. But there's a napkin on there. She loves to shred napkins, but she wasn't even going for the napkin. Okay, so the other day when I was, yeah, I know. When I was the date from hell, I noticed that this one bracelet that I had, the diamonds had come out of the bracelet. I was like, oh my God, it's a beautiful bracelet, and it's one of my nicer pieces of jewelry. So I thought, oh my word, I kept staring at it, like thinking, am I really seeing this? So I just thought, well, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I thought, well, you know what? I can have some zircons put in there. Who cares? They don't have to be real diamonds. And then I thought, maybe I'll put like little emeralds in there, rubies, because only was room for like 4 little ones. Well, then I took it. Then I thought, you know what? I'm going to sell this. I'm going to see how much money I can get for this gold bangle. So I took it to the vault, which is where I've taken other pieces of jewelry to sell. And they looked, well, while they were looking at it, he broke it. He totally broke it open. So I said, well, now you've broken it. And he said, that's okay. I will solder it back together before your very eyes before you leave. Don't worry about it. He said, it's falling apart. So anyway, I ended up selling it. And I thought I'm going to use that money, put that money towards my new computer. So that I feel good about it. It wasn't, I don't know. I just thought, I don't want to spend more money on that bracelet, put it that way. So I thought if I can get some money out of it, which I did, I got $700, which was good. I should have got more. The bracelet cost a heck of a lot more than that. But, through the years, I have sold jewelry, and they don't give you what it's, when you buy the jewelry, they say, oh, this holds its value. But when you sell it.
I was editing the video, and I realized I did not tell you guys my other dating story. So I have to share it with you now. You guys are going to crack up. A couple weeks ago, I had a date. Once again, everyone, I'm keeping everyone anonymous. So I had a date for breakfast for like 9:30 in the morning down the street, and at this really nice little outdoor eatery. So we had breakfast, and it was a gentleman from a dating site, and he was very nice. It was a nice little morning, and we said goodbye. He walked me to my car. He asked if I would like to go out again, and I said, sure. So we got in our cars, and I drove home. Well, then I got a text from him that day. Actually, I got a couple texts, I think, and I didn't check my phone. I didn't check my texts. And so when I did get around to checking, one of the last texts he said was a little snarky, was like, well, I don't know what to think since I haven't heard from you all day, or something to that effect. And so I did text him back, and I said, oh, well, I'm just now looking over my texts. So yeah, hello. So then he wrote me back, or something happened that, anyway, I thought to myself, oh, okay, I know what it was. He in the text, he said, I thought we agreed to go out, and, what about Saturday night? Whatever. He said some date. And since I haven't heard from you, I don't know what to think. Don't forget, we did go out to breakfast on my dime. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I thought, oh yeah, I don't want to go out with him. So I never did, respond and deleted and blocked him from my phone. But yeah, that was a creepy. See, that's the kind of creepy stuff that can happen. And it has happened. So anyway, that I forgot to insert that part. And I'm look very tired in this video, and I am. Like I said, girlfriends took me out for lunch and we had Mexican food, and my stomach is on fire from the salsa still. And that's why I'm drinking and enjoying that ice water. So anyway, okay, I'm going to insert this in the middle of the video. Bye.
Yesterday, I took Shelby for a walk. We took a really long walk, and she has slept all day today. I mean, all day. So I think I wore her out. I have nothing else to say. I'm trying to think of another golden nugget. Check in my description. Once I put this video up, once it goes up, then I have a chance to edit, and I'll put, there's a, it's really cute. It is, now don't poo-poo this. You've got to watch it, and if you watch it, you're gonna like it. One of the very first, let me back up. On YouTube, there are these wedding, these wedding entrances or these fancy dances after the wedding, and it's at the reception, and then, the bride and groom have some great fancy dance to do, or the bridesmaids or the groomsmen have been taking lessons and they do this fancy dance. Well, they're one of the very beginning, one of the weddings that started that whole thing. It's an older. It's like 13 years old. The quality of the video is not red hot because they weren't thinking they were going to put it on YouTube, I'm sure, but they didn't. It went viral like crazy. Then it had a bunch of copycat videos similar to it, but this is the best one. And so it's a wedding entrance. Everybody's in church. The people are waiting for the bridesmaids to start, the procession to begin. The music starts, and so people are kind of looking, like, are they there? Are they coming down? Well, then sure shoot, here comes the procession. You're gonna love it. It is so good. It is so wonderful. So I will put the description, what to type in on YouTube, so you find this video. Don't think I'm crazy when you start to watch it, because like I said, the quality of it is not very good, but it's good enough for you to enjoy it. And along with that, as long as we're thinking weddings, some of you may have seen the singing priest, but some of you may have not. So I'm gonna connect, that song, Hallelujah, that beautiful song, Hallelujah. Well, this bride and groom come down. It's a Catholic church, beautiful church. They come down the altar, come down the aisle. They go to the altar. They're ready to be married, and then there's this surprise. And so I'm going to link that video as a golden nugget as well. So 2 really nice golden nuggets. Give me a chance once the video's up to add the golden nuggets. P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next conversation.